In this video, I'm going to break down how to run the super dominant 3-3 Cub defense. You can get great pressure, play lockdown coverage, get interceptions, and stop the run all at the same time. Looking for Madden 23 Ultimate Team coins? AOEAH.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 3% off your order. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com. And in today's Madden 23 video, I'm going to break down the 3-3 Cub, how to run it, and also how to attack it offensively. So the 3-3 Cub has definitely become one of the more meta defenses in Madden 23, especially after this latest patch. It does a really good job of still getting pressure even after the patch because it wasn't really reliant upon a lot of loop blitzing or really any. It can come in against play action, all protection schemes. It has good coverage and can stop the run. So a lot of players have been running this lately. So I'm going to break it down in the gameplay, how to do it, also how to attack it. So you can see my opponent is running the 3-3 Cub every single play. I'm in the Washington playbook on offense, and I'm running gun bunch and gun tight. Now you can see here what he does is he immediately comes out and he presses his coverage and he spreads his linebackers out, and he's sending the majority of the time 5 players at me. Now, one of the interesting things about the 3-3 Cub is that, as you guys can see, I have threat detector, which should show the blitzers, on 3rd and 4th down. But because of what he's doing to where he's spreading these linebackers out, they are not showing blitzing. So it only looks like he's blitzing Dawkins, but as you saw last play, he was actually blitzing both of the outside linebackers, as he is again here. So I'm never really knowing if he's, if they're blitzing or not because of what he's doing here. They don't show us blitzing when you do that. So that's a pretty nice thing about this 3-3 Cub. Now, he's playing Mike Blitz 0 pretty much every down, which is why I'm going to gun tight, and I'm going to look to hit him with either maybe a post or a crosser. As you can see here, my crosser is able to get open, and I'm able to attack, over the middle of the field with some crossing routes. And I know that when you see PA cross, the user automatically thinks, oh, we got to watch that corner route, right? But then I was really just trying to attack the middle of the field. So the other thing about this 3-3 Cub is, even though it's pretty good against, getting pressure against play action and regular passes, you can also drop those linebackers or safeties at linebacker into zone. You could, stop the run. It's a pretty versatile defense, so you kind of never exactly know what to expect from it, especially, like I said, given with the threat detector, it doesn't even pick up the blitzers on the 3rd and 4th down situations with what he's doing. Again, guys, look. You guys can see that he's immediately, when he breaks the huddle, he spreads those linebackers out, and that's what causes those 2 guys off the edge for me not to know if they're blitzing or dropping in coverage. And here, he drops in coverage. You guys can see he's in he's in match coverage right there. Man coverage, excuse me. I'm getting man and match mixed up in my head. He's in man coverage right there with a few different adjustments as he dropped those guys back in zone. And, we got a 3rd and 8 here. So he's been pretty much blitzing me pretty heavily on these 3rd down situations. He's been pretty much playing man, and this time he does actually drop into zone, and I'm able to hit him with the verticals quick pass. Now, anytime I'm going up against a man-to-man blitzing defense, as I am here, one of my favorite things to do is call this clear out play with a corner out to the outside receiver with the bumps on the short side. Because with clear out, if they shade underneath, that streak to the tight end, like you see Gronk, he's wide open in the end zone. That should be a touchdown. He was just able to get a breakup animation right there. I'm not sure what ability he had on his user, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, that is a touchdown. And then the other thing is the corner route tends to get open on the short side of the field too, especially if you have a good receiver there with abilities. Lately, I've been running a lot of route tech, honestly. There's a lot of receivers now that get it. I've been messing around with my receivers, and I really need to get Michael Irvin, honestly. I need to get rid of Christian Kirk. But need to upgrade my team a little bit. That's, besides the point. And I kind of went back to the same play there. The only difference is I put Gronk on a slant instead of having him go on that streak. I still did have that streak in the slot to Lamb, and then Moore, can attack the sideline. Now here, again, I know he's in this Mike Blitz, right? And I assume that he's thinking I'm going to run the ball, so I'm actually going to go with a little run. Even though I thought he was going to probably think I was doing it. I almost went to the RPO, but I'm thinking, okay, if I run the ball one time and it doesn't work, that's fine. We'll go right back to the same formation. This time we're going to call the RPO. See, his user's sitting in the middle of the field, so I feel like I can hit him with this RPO and get an easy touchdown just like I did there. That RPO is a glitch on the goal line. If they don't pass. Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. Commit, it's probably going to be a free touchdown. So he was able to score, but again, I'm trying to focus on the 3-3 cub, which is what he runs. I run Dollar. I will break down my defense some more in some gameplays, but I wanted to focus on his in this video because he runs the cub. You guys can see here, I actually missed a read. Square was wide open for a touchdown. He messed up his coverage right there. He's audibling from the 3-3 into the 3-3 cub, and that just allows him to get better personnel in the field. So again, though, because I know he's in this man coverage, I pretty much know that shaded, unless he shades his coverage down, I can hit that wheel route every time, right? And I don't believe he's likely to shade his coverage underneath, because if he does that in the Mike Blitz 0, you could give up free touchdowns because you don't have safeties over the top. Now, I'm going back to the same setup I just used, and you guys can see here, he gave up the corner route this time. I was wondering if he might give up the streak, but it looks like he actually was in zone on that play. As you guys can see, it looked like he had the safeties dropping back into halves, and the corners were, also in zone. So he's starting to mix his defense up a little bit more. I haven't really ran the ball yet the whole game, but wanted to test his run D. Was able to get in there with the quad father. So you guys can see he mixed it up to Tampa 2, and he did score right before half and right after half. So now I'm actually down. So again, guys, you can see one of the keys to his defense is he's hovering with his user in the gap, and this is why when he does blitz, the game almost assumes he's blitzing 6, and it's really only 5, because his user in the gap registers as 6, and then he just drops back into coverage to actually make it 5. But that kind of confuses my protection a little bit, which is why he's been able to get a lot of pressure on me throughout this game, which, is not exactly good, but I have been able to make my reads pretty quickly. This is just one of those defenses that, you're going to have to make quick reads against, which is what I've been doing the majority of the game. So here, again, I catch him in man, and I know that corner route typically is going to get by the man defender, and normally when you have the deep corner with the quick corner is for man. The deep corner pushes the zones backwards to where if it was zone, I could find the short corner open on the sideline, while you're just able to get a breakup animation. So once again here, I'm going with the verticals concept. That time he actually did take the quick pass away, so I had to just hit Gronk over the top with it. He finally adjusted for shading and actually let Gronk on the wheel route open. Now here I'm trying to go with the C route. I had to force a quick throw there because his pressure was screaming, and luckily I had inside position. That was really good defense right there. I just had better timing on my pass. That's a pass I've thrown so many times. I know that I can throw it quickly and I can throw it late depending upon the positioning. So again, he's just sitting in man a lot here, and I'm going back to the play with the clear out, with the corner out, and then the seam streak, because I know that if he shades down like he just did there, the streak should be wide open, and it is. Both of my streaks were wide open for touchdowns. I just couldn't get the ball off. His user took it away initially, but then Lamb in the slot was open over the top too. So he's starting to get really aggressive right now. He's shading underneath out of this man coverage, and because of that, I can take advantage of it. Now, we're going to hit him with the corner route for a huge gain again. That's one of my favorite plays to use against Mike Blitz 0, because you can have the post and the quick slant kind of crossing the middle of the field, and then you have the corner route on the sideline. So you're attacking the middle and the sideline, and that does work well against zone 2 because the streak on the left side of the screen will pull any deep zones away from the post and the slant. What I need to do on the play action, by the way, I need to block the running back instead of carrying out the fake, because the 3-3 cub works really, really good against play action, but if you just block the running back, it'll get picked up a little bit better. I actually sent him out right there just to kind of make his user have to worry about the running back, and I just was able to get the corner out off quickly over the top of his defense. So he's getting really good pressure on me right now, and that's why you see me audibling around to a few different formations, because I kind of just need to throw him off a bit. I really need a touchdown here, to be honest. He's up 3, and, if I just kick a field goal and tie the game, he could definitely just, play really slow and potentially just try to milk me and get the last possession. Although it would be hard with this amount of time left. That would be, there'd be really no pressure on him. Now, he's making an adjustment out. Now he's baseline pressing, which he really hasn't done the entire game. This tells me he must be in zone or potentially match, which is why I'm going to try to hit this route combo right here with the deep corner and the short corner on the right side of the screen, and then just have some routes attacking over the middle. It looked like his user was really worried about the corner route, so I just hit the little drive, dig type route over the middle, set up a 3rd and inches. Now we're going to go ahead and probably take this to the 4th quarter here, but what I'm setting up is the ability to audible into goal line from the strong eye. If I like what I have in the strong eye, I can snap the ball, but if he's in a defense that's going to give up the sneak, I can just audible to the sneak as well. And I like this tactic because of the strong eye. I can still have someone out wide and potentially hit some corner routes to the tight end, so like they still do have to worry about the pass. But because he's just still in the 3-3 cub, I just don't feel like this defense will stop sneak on inches, and it doesn't. So this is like an interesting situation here because I kind of want to score relatively fast here so that he can't get last possession. But at the same time, I have to make sure I get a touchdown here. I can't, just worry about the clock, scoring as fast as possible and end up settling for 3. Because now that we're in the 4th quarter, it would be, another situation where, again, if I don't get a touchdown here, he might be able to clock me out. So I'm thinking as we get in the red zone right here, like I would not be surprised if he actually played some coverage, which he ends up doing. And I'm just able to take my check down to the running back. I figured that he'd probably drop those linebackers into zones instead of blitzing them. But I know in that defense that by default against tight, which I was just in, that left side of the screen safety would be manned up on the running back, and he just couldn't get there in time. Now, in that situation, I'll take that 4-yard gain every time because it sets up a manageable situation for me where I could run or pass. So that allowed me to run the inside zone against the Mike Blitz 0 on 2nd down, set up 3rd inches. Now, again, the Mike Blitz 0 is a pretty good run defense, which is why you haven't seen me, even though I do have the quad father. I haven't been running the ball that much against it. I've just been mixing it in here and there because that's a defense that will stop the run consistently. You can't really rely upon the run with it. You have to more so pass against the 3-3 cub. And again, 1st and goal, I hit him with this RPO the last time I was down here. So I don't really want to do it again because I think he might be looking out for it. So we're just going to run the ball and see what we can get. Kind of bad vision by me. I feel like if I kept going to the right, that could have been a touchdown. But nonetheless, I was able to get to the 1. And at this point, I've really put myself in an interesting situation because it's like so much time off. This drive just came off the clock. It's kind of getting down to the point where, do I just want to score as fast as possible or do I want to milk? So it's harder for him to have enough time for a touchdown. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I just need to worry about getting a touchdown here because, again, this drive is taking forever at this point, and if I just tie the game up with 2 minutes left, he can definitely clock me, so we can't have that. So 3rd and goal from the 1, I just almost fumbled on a sneak, and that has me shook to run it again. I'm kind of wondering what I want to do here, but honestly, I do potentially have 4th down again, so we're just going to go with the sneak, and we're able to get in there. So the thing is, I left him 2 minutes. That's definitely not good. And you guys can see he was able to score a touchdown in a minute or so. So I have 3 timeouts, and all I need is a field goal with 40 seconds left. Knowing is in the Mike Blitz 0. Again, he's been in that the majority of the game. He has mixed in some zone from the 3-3 cub. I feel confident, but now he's going to dollar, which threw me off. Because I definitely expected him to stay in the 3-3 cub, but I feel like he's probably just going to try to blitz the slot corners and just, not give up anything big. I feel like he might even be trying to, look at, he's actually trying to run a contain blitz at me, which doesn't really work anymore. But I guess given the situation, playing cover 4 conservative like that isn't the worst idea. I actually had what I wanted on the sideline wide open. I just couldn't get it in there. Brunell, I might need to upgrade from Brunell and go to the Brady. I don't know. The Brunell was clutch for me for a minute, but it might be his time to go on after that throw. Need that gunslinger animation. So here, we're just going to take our flat, honestly. To get 10 yards, get a field, get out of bounds. That's not the worst situation because, again, I have 3 timeouts, 30 seconds. I mean, if I get to the 40, that's an easy field goal. So that's 25-ish more yards. Plenty of time with 30 seconds. Now here, because he's in dollar, I do know who he's blitzing, so I was just able to take an easy check down, get the 1st down, get out of bounds again. So I still have all my 3 timeouts. I'm really surprised he's in dollar. He's been playing tough D from the 3-3 cub. And yeah, so after two plays or so, he said enough of that. Dollar's not working. Let me get back to 3-3 cub. Now, he actually has his DBs backed off here, which is interesting. He has yet to do this all game. I'm wondering if this maybe signals he's made some adjustments. So you guys can see, I don't really know what to expect here. I'm thinking it's just off man. But again, I'm not 100% sure because he hasn't given me this look all game. But I have a C route, a seam, a corner route, and a slant. And I might have been able to hit the corner route if I would have waited, but I saw Gronk coming open on the slant route. He actually zoned his whole team out from man, so he's making a lot of adjustments. But again, I just wanted to hit the guaranteed completion and get out of bounds. I have 3 timeouts. I'm borderline in field goal range already with 22 seconds left. So I still have a good 3-ish plays or so, possibly more. But this is, like I said, I already feel like I had the field goal, and now I'm just trying to maybe get a touchdown. And right here, we hit the corner out over the top of Moore. Again, when someone's playing man press on you without a safety over the top, that's one of my favorite things to do, because whether they shade underneath, shade inside, outside, over top, whatever, that corner out of that play in the short side of the field is going to get wide open off the press against man coverage pretty much every single time. I do recommend having a tall receiver there, so that's why you see I have 6'4" Herman Moore there, because he's just going to get better consistent release and route running animations than smaller receivers on that route. And honestly, I'm thinking about going back to the same play, because I'm like, he's kind of giving me the same look, but we're going to go ahead and audible into tight, and I'm going to try to hit him with maybe potentially a post over the middle or potentially the quick slant. I'm expecting coverage, which I got, and he just did not guard the sideline. Again, he's so worried about the corner routes, he's kind of giving up those shallow routes over the middle as they get open on the sideline. It's one of the weaknesses of his defenses I've noticed. So on my first and goal, the 1, I have 3 timeouts, 11 seconds. To me, like at this point, it's win or go home. We're scoring a touchdown or we're losing here. I'm not settling for 3. I have 4 shots from the 1. I have the quad father who I haven't even been using. It's go time. And honestly here, I was wondering if he was going to take his timeouts. He's not, so we'll let a few more seconds drip, but play it safe to make sure we potentially can get 3 plays off if we need. But at this point, I'm not worried about the time. I mean, if I score a touchdown here, the game's over. He's not going to score, in under 10 seconds, right? And did we get in? Whew. Now we have 2 downs left. And I'm like, honestly, you get 2 more sneaks most likely. But I will potentially come out in this fullback dive if I like the look, because quad father on the fullback dive is money. Kind of just depends upon what defense I see him in. Again, I like the tactic of audibling to goal line, because instead of just coming straight out in it, because if you come out in goal line, then I have other, options in this formation, which he's not, so we're going to go right to goal line. And we're able to get in and win the game. He's just going to go ahead and quit out. I hope you all enjoyed the game. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.